Why is writing a book so hard? It is, right? This video will outline some of the difficulties in writing a book, and hopefully you'll be able to analyze them so you can overcome them and finish that book of yours. Let's be honest, writing a book is hard for the main reason. It's a lot of word choices. 20, 25, 30,000 word choices, that's difficult. If you're not a writer, you're going to have to sit down and create this schedule and create this habit of writing for an extended amount of time until it's done. And your brain is going to have to think of thousands and thousands of word choices. If you're a writer, it's easy for you. And the reason why is because you are the product of your habits. Those people who lift every day, it's pretty easy to stay in that routine, right? Those people who eat healthy, those people who run every day, their body represents someone who runs, and their body's used to it. A writer is the same way. Their brain is set up to write and think and formulate sentences and put things together. So if you don't write every day, it's going to be much harder on you. The way to overcome it is to hire a ghostwriter. It's a simple process. Most of the big books out there are ghostwritten anyway because they make their money doing something else. Ghostwriters will make your life way easier. The other way to go about it is to just write in 10-minute increments. And the other way to go about it is to transcribe something that you record via audio. Speak to yourself, ask yourself questions, and have it recorded on your phone and then have it transcribed. Those 3 ways. The ways I recommend more than anything else is hire a professional to do a Q&A. That's what we do at Dream Starters Publishing. The Socratic method, and then a professional writer will write it for you. Not a transcription, but it's a human being. That way the ideas are connected and the great points that you're trying to make come to the surface much easier. Another reason why it's so difficult is because it takes a long time. If you're going to sit down and write and you're going to analyze, your brain power of reading something that you wrote, trying to make sense of it, and then also writing ways to connect thought after thought after thought, it's difficult. It's time consuming. It could take you a week, a month, or years. So you have to break up your schedule accordingly. How do you stay motivated for years? So I guess the best way to talk about that is analyze how you're going to use it once it's done. So the schedule is one thing. If you can really break down your schedule and control the clock, you're going to win. But motivating yourself, now you got to put your mind where you see the final product. But not just see the final product, you understand how you're going to use it once it's done. Because if you don't know that next step, now it's going to be super difficult to get through those tough days. Once you know where you're going with this book, you can race to the finish line because you know the next step is leads or podcasts or interviews or a huge exposure online. That should fire you up. That should excite you. Last piece of it all is people are going to judge you. And I guess this is the 4th reason why it's so hard. The internal dialogue is, what are people going to think? Also, people are going to tell you what they think, whether you asked for it or not. So people are going to judge you. They're going to look at you in a different way. The internal dialogue is going to be tough. The mental games are so challenging when it comes to writing that it'll slow you down. The way you break that up is you just have to analyze. Are you okay with staying where you're at? Or are you more excited about where you're going? Are you called to an adventure? Are you thrilled about the next steps with your career, with your life? You should be as excited about getting what you want and about winning as you are when it comes to the fear of failing. You should be super excited and you should be super afraid of failing at the exact same time. Because this fear of failing or not finishing your book should push you just as much as the want to accomplish or to drive or to finish should pull you. So if you have the constant push and pull, you're going to get to that end product very soon. The voices, the internal dialogue, you'll be able to overcome much easier once you know where you're going and also what scares you to death. And if you stay where you're at, and if you're more content with not making any progress, you will never finish it. You have to be excited about the next step. You have to be excited about the new identity it's creating. If you overcome those 4 difficulties, you're going to be so much further than the rest. My name is Mike Fallat. I'm here to help you get your books done so you can make that next chapter of your life a lot more exciting.